So we only have to move a couple of inches to Srimati Rasa Keli, who's been patiently waiting there. Hope you're not too nervous, Didi. We're looking forward to hearing your Pushpanjali.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Srimati Bhaktivedanta Narayana iti namne. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami iti namne. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Srila Gadadhar Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Well, I hope this time I can proper make Pushpanjali, even though I don't like to speak so much in public. I never did, almost sometimes only in Gurudev Tirobhav, Avirbhav. They force me to do so, but I really don't like. So that's what. But I was reading today that real service to Guru is make things like he likes you to do. No, so Gurudev want us to make, like he say, preach like lions, as a lions, not like cats, no? So he wants all of us be good preachers and try to give to others, no, what he give to us. So that's why I accept him to do this, even though I am not qualification to do that, and I also, my English is not so good, and I am super nervous. Sorry, but I was how I say the last time, no, like I was listening the glorification of the devotees in the centenal glorifications, and I was saying, like, I was thinking in my heart, like, I really miss you, Gurudev. Everything will be so different and you will be here. So at that moment, this Manjulali for Switzerland write me like, can you please sharing your heart with us, like your experience that you have with Gurudev? And I go like, oh really, I don't know how to express myself in public. And she said, please, can you do it? And that's why I am here because the mercy of the Vaishnavas that ordered me to do so. So, and also I was reading today that in Sri Guru and his grace, how Srila Maharaja explained about what is the Sadguru, no? And he said what is so important to have he say this world is full of danger, no? Like the dangerous service surrounds us, and that's why we have to have a real Guru who can guide us to real and give us welfare. So also Srila Bhakti Bharati Gosvami Maharaj always say, no, like to remember Vaishnavas is our give us prosperity, and if we forgetting them, causeless calamity. So also it's our duty, no, to speak about these Vaishnavas. We are not qualified, but this gives us qualifications and give us give us how you say, I forgot the word. So and also I want to say again the way I meet Gurudev. I was living in the temple, in ISKCON temple in 2002, and Gurudev went to, like, was so funny because the GBC make a program for Srila Prabhupada the days that Gurudev plan to come to Mexico, so the devotees cannot go to the program with Gurudev. So even though that we are so many devotees around the country was there, so Gurudev came to the temple, to the Mexico temple, and he gave the darshan to all of the devotees that don't want to see him. and was so amazing. And after that, I have the desire, no, when I saw him in Mexico City, I have the desire to touch his feet, but I cannot do so because so many devotees, he went to Srila Prabhupada's room, and when he got down, I went down to touch his feet, he was already left. So after in 2003, I met him, I was in ISKCON Parikram in Navadvip, and they say, no, like walk fast because Narayana Maharaj is there and they don't want we the devotees saw him. So I was one. I want to, in my mind I think like I want to touch his feet. So I went behind the devotee that was saying to walk fast to the devotees, and I give. But at that time when Gurudev went to Mexico, was without hair. He shaved because he say I going to Srila Prabhupada's temple, so I want to go the way he likes the devotees to be, not like clean, even though was no Purnima. Yeah, so when I saw him in Mayapur, in Navadvip, I cannot recognize who was Gurudev. So I give obeisance. I remember was a car with so many sannyasis, and I give obeisance and I say, wherever Narayana Maharaj is, I give my pranams. No, and after I marry and we, no, I feel like Gurudev make the path, so I can, because he say, I don't, you don't think you choose me. ¿Cómo se? I, ¿cómo se dice? Yo lo choose you. I choose you. So in that way, I think Gurudev, no, made the way like we can meet him. So when we moved to Costa Rica, and after we came to Kartik in 2005, and we stay all whole Kartik. And for my experience, more beautiful experience with Gurudev was in Canada. I think it was 2008. Like we were there working, no, to try to come to see Gurudev, or try to, like my husband said, to try to open a temple. But also like we were like no association at that moment because we were only working, and no, but we saw every day the tour of Gurudev in PureBhakti.Tv, like all his tours of Gurudev and all his classes, and we were like always praying, like hoping, no, like if you imagine if Gurudev come to Canada and we can have his association, what wonderful will be that. So I remember always, we were always praying, I want to meet you, Gurudev, I want to see you, I want to have your darshan again. So what happened that at that time they were they start now all this Facebook and this, but the devotees has a space. It's called Sangha Space. So I add so many devotees from Canada, and they say, no, like we need to change the location of the temple because Gurudev is coming. I was like surprised, like really, Gurudev is coming to Canada, and he's coming to Vancouver, and we were like 4 hours from Vancouver, no, and so yeah, Gurudev was in China because the flight to go to US was so long, the devotees decided to stop in Vancouver, Canada for a few days that Gurudev can rest, but they decided to do 2 days program in Canada. So yeah, so our desire not to see Gurudev was, for his mercy, was fulfilled. So I remember we were very excited to go. And I tell my kids, like, when you saw my kids they were so small. My son Krishna Kishore was like maybe 4 years old, and my daughter was Purnima was 2. And I say to them, when you saw Gurudev, you need to give obeisance and touch his feet. And so we went to Vancouver, and we came in the morning, the day that Gurudev will give his darshan. We came to the program because Shamarani Didi and Ramachandra Prabhu, they will speak before Gurudev. So we came, and I remember Shamarani Didi say, like, Gurudev was not planning to come to Canada, but because here in Canada there is many devotees that they don't see Gurudev for so long, he decided to come. It's because you pray so much. I am not saying me, I pray because other devotees also desire to see Gurudev, no, like, and that's why Gurudev come to Canada, because he want to give you his darshan. So I remember also she say, if you want to cry, you cry when you saw Gurudev, because Gurudev wants these tears. So, and also she was explaining about the Maha Prasadam. She was explaining the power of the prasadam, and when a pure devotee took this prasadam, become Maha Prasadam. And she was saying also, you have the opportunity to have this Maha Prasadam, please take it. So I remember was Lola Mataji, disciple of Srila Prabhupada, was carrying the plate of Gurudev with rice, and she said, who wants Maha Prasadam? But I don't know why she fell, no, in the floor, and all the Maha Prasadam go everywhere, and we all running and try to catch more some of this Maha Prasadam. So after, yeah, so we were preparing, not because Gurudev was almost to arrive to that temple. Was they rent Indian temple, so Gurudev can give his class. So I remember, like, they say Gurudev will enter for one door, and because was April, but was very cold. That few days was very cold. Normally was not cold in April, but these days become so cold. And they say, please don't stop Gurudev, because Gurudev will enter for, we don't want you to touch his feet in the enter, because we want to close quickly the door. So Gurudev, so please stand one side until Gurudev enter, and after everyone can touch his feet. But I remember a devotee, like, ask my husband, if you want to carry Gurudev's shoes and put in one room, because no one wants that service. I asked many devotees if they want to keep safe the shoes of Gurudev, or no one of the devotees wants. So my husband said, yes, I want this service. So say, and he say, oh, the service was for you, because no, I asked many, and they don't want to do. So, and my son Krishna Kishore was so excited to see Gurudev, no, because he saw when he was baby, 1 year old, but after that he only saw in the videos and in the pictures. So he was like, wow, we are meeting Gurudev, no, like, and he don't want to stay where the devotees need to stay. He want to be in the front to touch the feet of Gurudev. So, but we expect Gurudev enter for one door, and he entered for other. So the only devotee that received Gurudev was my son. And Gurudev was so happy not to see one small kid giving dandavats pranams, and it was the only devotee not was there, and my husband, because he was waiting for the shoes, the Gurudev, and put in the room. So yeah, and I don't know why I don't know if because the words were Shamarani Didi, or because I was waiting so long to see Gurudev. When I immediately I see I start to crying and crying and crying and crying, I cannot stop it. Crying, I was feeling so much bliss in my heart, so much like peace. I cannot describe how many beautiful things I was feeling when I saw Gurudev. It was like my dream is fulfilled. No, like I was hope desire so much this, and Gurudev give me this opportunity to have his darshan. So, and yeah, and he stayed 2 days, and next day also we went, and was so beautiful that darshan. I always, when I have problems, no, like the mind, no, I remember these so merciful moments with Gurudeva, and give me hope, no, like I say, like Gurudev say, no, I am everything for you. I am your best friend. I am your mother, your father, all, no, your husband, no. So that's, and also I remember when we came in 2010, and I also want to give I have my small daughter with me, and then she was the only one done. I don't offer to Gurudev now because she born, and I don't have the opportunity to offer to Gurudev. She was 1.5 years maybe when we came. Gurudev gave the name, no, Radha Priya, and to my other daughter also Purnima. So when we came in 2010, also I remember like no one's cannot enter to see Gurudev, and because he was in his last pastimes. So Brian Prabhu tell Rohini, you be in the door in 2 minutes, maybe I can arrange. You have a meeting with Gurudev. So we ran into the the temple, the Martin Govardhan, and Brayanath Prabhu took us inside to where Gurudev was, outside to his room. No, so he said, stay here for not like, and we stayed there for maybe 3 hours. I was so like nervous because my daughter was so baby, and she want to play, and she want no. So finally she sleep. So when they took Gurudev out to his room to take her into the ambulance to take her to Delhi, I think, to Delhi. And I can bring my daughter to the lotus feet of Gurudev and offering to my daughter. I put his head in his feet, her head in his feet, and was like, I tell devotees here in Vrindavan, no, they ask me they ask me how I meet Gurudev, and I tell all these stories, and they tell me your relation with Gurudev was heart to heart. Vrindavan Vilasini told me that, no, like the same way that my relation with Prabhupada was. So yeah, I feel like Gurudev is always present in the life of all of his disciples, no, and also know his disciples, all the devotees that to have to take his instruction as his follow his instruction or try to follow. So yeah, I don't know. Oh, my husband is asked me to. Oh, okay. The first time I met Gurudev, I was in Mexico in the temple, I say before, but before I meet Gurudev, something wonderful happened. I was in South Mexico with some friends trying to do some book distribution, and the program for Prabhupada was starting. So the devotees, because I was living in the temple, the in charge of the temple, they were telling me to come back as soon as possible to the temple. So but we don't have money to go back because the book distribution was not going good, and so we need to collect our ticket to go back to the city, otherwise we cannot be able to be in the program. So
It's very far.
because it was so far from the city, so I was so like in anxiety because I need to be there next day and I don't have money to go there. And my friends say, we need to try to selling only incense so we can collect it quickly the money for the tickets. So next day we start very early to do the incense distribution. So I approached one person in a car and I say, can you give me some donation for the incense? And he say, oh, of course. And he gave me 5 pesos. That is a lot for one incense. And I say, but I need to go back to the city, and how I can go if you give me only 5 pesos? And he say, okay, I paid your ticket to the city. And I say, but I don't need only my ticket, I need my 2 other friends' ticket. And he say, okay, I will pay all your 3 tickets for go back today to the city. So I say, what you wanna in a cambio, how do you say?
What do you want?
What you want? And he say, and he say, I don't want anything. I am from church, so we like to help people. So, okay, and after maybe half an hour, 1 hour, we are already in the bus going to the city. And I tell this because thanks to that person, I meet Gurudev in the Mexico City. So it was only Gurudev mercy that I can meet him. And Gurudev, Gurudev was in, I said the last time, in the Prabhupada room, Gurudev was telling about how he made his ceremony for Srila Prabhupada, sannyas, how he make the danda, how he helped him to put his sannyas cloth, no? Was so wonderful that day. Before of that day, I never see any picture of Gurudev. So in the moment I saw Gurudev, the impression that gave me was that Gurudev was so young, like maybe 17 years old. And I was telling my friend was next to me, like, this is Narayana Maharaj. Why the people are so afraid to him? He's look very young. And he say, oh no, he's not very young, he's like 17 something years, he's old. And I was like, oh, okay. And I asked, he was Indian, Western, and she said, no, he's Indian. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, was like, this is what I can say about Gurudev. Like,
all glories to Srila Narayana Maharaj, Gurudev.
yeah.
I hope.
Okay. So
Kishore is ready here in the side.
Sorry?
Kishore is ready now, waiting also. So
Okay, great. You start?
yeah.
You can continue.
Okay. Didi, am I on? No, I'm not on mute. By the way, your English is really good, so don't be worried about your English. And actually, we found Yashtar and I, that those that are shy often give the best Pushpanjalis. What I heard throughout your Pushpanjali was, well, at the beginning you said, I'm not qualified. And I think I felt this a couple of weeks ago when I felt that devotees often, we always say we're not qualified, which is true. But the second thing after we're not qualified is it doesn't matter we're not qualified. Yeah. Because we have such incredible guru. So it doesn't matter we're not qualified. And what I felt throughout your whole Pushpanjali is what really transmitted more than anything else is your greed. And as Gurudev said and says, you know, greed is the qualification. So that's what came through everything you said. And I was just interested, I love that story about the gentleman who gave you the, I thought in Yiddish, which is like a Jewish colloquial language, we call that chutzpah, to say to him, only 5 rupees. And then after he gave you more, I know I need everyone go, not just me. That's amazing. That's very, very funny. But did you give him some books as well as incense?
I don't remember. I was like, so I think he has so much, like, I don't remember his name. I don't remember his face. But sometimes when I remember that person, I always pray to him, no, because he was the instrument, no, like.
Yeah.
Thanks to him, I can meet Gurudev. So
it's a great story. I was on the edge of my seat as to how you were going to get to Gurudev. So thank you so much, Didi.